Okay. Hi guys, my name is Jamie and I am a second-year emergency medicine resident. Today, we're going to answer some questions from Instagram. If you're not already following me, you can do so at TheStriveToFit. I always get a lot of questions from DMs, but I don't always get a chance to answer them, so I want to bring a lot of the questions together today in this video and answer them for you guys. So first, I'll answer some questions about residency life and just about my job in general. So the first question is, why EM over surgery? So you guys know that I consider surgery as one of my specialty options while I was in med school, because you do a lot of procedures. Obviously, you do surgeries and you take care of patients with surgical issues. Ultimately, you can watch all about why I chose EM in my why I chose EM video, but I like the hour and the lifestyle of the EM. I also like the variety of emergency medicine, so ultimately I decided to go with emergency medicine for that reason. Next question is, I'm curious if it bothers you or how you combat the notion that PAs or NPs can work at the same level as an EM doc. So the way it works in my hospital is, at least in the emergency department, the PAs, NPs, and the residents have similar responsibilities in that we see our patients and we make our plans and write our notes, but ultimately we have to report to the attending and have the attending sign off on our plans and our notes, and the attending has a final say in how we treat the patient. Obviously, when you become an attending, you don't have anybody supervising you, so you have the final say in everything that you do. But this might be different in other areas of the countries or other hospitals where the PAs and NPs might have more independent work and they may have more of a autonomy and may not need an MD supervision or sign off. Next question is about step 3, and it says, there's a step 3, why is it so expensive? I don't know why it's so expensive, but I can tell you guys a little bit about the step exams. So in the US, there are licensing exams called USMLE Step 1, 2, and 3, so there's 3 in total. Typically, Step 1 and Step 2 you take while you're still in medical school, and they tend to be pretty expensive. Step 1 is $630. Step 2, there's 2 parts. The first part, the written exam, is $630, and there's a second part where you have to go and actually interact with standardized patients in real life, and that is $1,290. And step 3, finally, which you take typically during your residency years, it was $875 to sign up for them. So they're very expensive exams, but you have to take them to be licensed and to be able to practice as physicians. So I've been posting a lot of my workouts on Instagram, and I've gotten a lot of questions about my workout routine and my fitness goals and things like that. So I'm going to answer some questions about those. People ask me a lot about the app that I'm using to track my workouts. So the app is called Strong, right here, Strong. It's like a little blue barbell. And the reason why I like this app is because it has a timer, so you can time your workout, but you can also track the weights that you've been lifting. So you can see the weights from previous workouts, and you can see if you're improving, if you're getting stronger. And generally, it just tracks all your workouts, so you can just mark off your reps and sets. So it makes it really easy to keep track of your workouts. So that's the app that I've been using. Next question is, do you have a routine or do you just do random stuff at the gym? I currently have a routine called push-pull, and it's a full body workout for each day. So it's a 2-day routine. So it's really convenient when you can't go to the gym that often. So even if you go twice a week, you can do a full body workout on push day, and you can do a full body work on pull days. So I like it. Next question is, where do you get your routines from? So the routine that I'm doing, push-pull, is one of the really popular ones that you can find for free online. So a lot of the really basic and popular routines are available for free. So you can just Google them and you can pick the one that's right for your level and you can just go for it. Next question, how much do you squat? So right now I'm slowly building up my strength. So the squat number that I've been working with is 145. I do that 4 reps of 6. When I was much stronger, the heaviest that I've ever squatted was, I believe, either 210 or 215. I'm a lot weaker now, so I'm working on getting my strength back. Do you have to be strong to be an EM doctor? Short answer is no. There's a lot of people to help you if you ever have to move patients or things like that. But I will say that a lot of EM physicians do have lots of hobbies outside of their work, so people do have very active fitness life outside of the hospital. Typically people say you have to be strong to be like an orthopedic surgeon because you do a lot of pulling and holding traction if you're reducing something. But even then I feel like you have people to help you, so you don't have to be super strong. But for EM, you definitely don't have to be strong. Next question, are you using the Withings Watch? Yes, I'm wearing it right now. It looks like this. And this watch, it looks like a regular watch, but it tracks my steps, also tracks my sleep, which I really like, and also does my heart rate. So, and also you can do some basic notifications from your phone, which I don't really use much. But I mostly like that it looks like a regular watch and has all these smart functions. Next question, would you or did you ever compete in powerlifting? So I did a competition I did a bodybuilding competition, but I never did a powerlifting competition. And I feel like there's so much training and dedication that goes into becoming strong and doing a powerlifting meet that I don't think that it's in the cards for me right now, but I think it's super cool, and hopefully in the future I can think about doing it, maybe. Last question regarding fitness. How often do you work out or do sports? This really depends on my rotation. Sometimes if I have a lighter rotation, I can go like 4 or 5 times a week. If I'm in a really busy rotation, typically like my emergency medicine blocks are pretty busy. It really depends on my schedule. I try to go at least 2 times a week, but sometimes obviously there are weeks when I don't get to go at all. So it varies. So the next question is about memorization. The question is, can you tell me the main way you can make facts stick? Is it spaced repetition, or is it recall, or something else? So the main way that I memorized things in medical school was through spaced repetition. So I use apps like Anki or Quizlet. These are kind of flashcard apps that make you do spaced repetitions. But I also use like image-based memorization techniques like Sketchy or Picmonic, and I found those to be really helpful also. I actually have a video about how to set up your Anki and about my other memorization tips, so you can check that out over here. The next question is about going paperless in school. It says, I'm thinking of going all paperless, but still think having a physical resources like notes or textbooks are going to help me through the best. How did you study for your first semester courses like biochem, histo, microbiome, gross anatomy, physio, etc.? Okay, so in med school, I took most of my notes on my computer, and I ended up printing them out and making little packets. And you can watch all about how I made my notes in medical school in a video that I made up here. But I definitely had friends in medical school who had all paperless system, and they had all their notes in their iPad through apps like Notability or Google Suites, so Google Documents and things like that. So that's definitely a possibility. I personally thought it was helpful to have a physical packet of notes that I can highlight and like write additional notes in, but it's definitely possible to go completely paperless. Next is skincare. What is your skincare routine? So I'm pretty lazy when it comes to skincare, so my basic routine is basically good cleansing, moisturizer, and sunscreen. And from time to time, I'll add on a serum or I'll do a mask, but my basic is basically cleansing, moisturizer, and sunscreen. Next question is about the books that I talk about in my Instagram story. They said, what book did you recommend in Instagram story? It's now gone and didn't get a chance to see. So I put all the information for the books that I talk about in my Instagram stories under my highlights. So if you go to my profile, under highlights section, you can see where it says book club, and there I usually talk about all the books that I'm reading, so you can check it out there. The next question is about my home from my home tour video before. A lot of people ask me where I got this sign from. The sign is over here, and it says, let's stay home. I got the sign from Amazon, so I'll link everything in the description box below. Another question I got from last week's home tour video was where I keep the litter box for Ellie. You guys can actually see in this video, it's the pink box that you can see right here. It's from a company called Modcat, and they make these really nice looking litter boxes. So that one I got many years ago for Candy, and I'm using it for Ellie now. So I think that's all the questions that I'm going to answer for today. Thank you guys for sending in these questions. So if you guys have any more questions, you guys can send them via Instagram DM, or you guys can leave them down below in the comments section. Thank you guys again for watching, and make sure to check out other videos over this way, and check out the merchandise at TheStriveToFit.com. And if you're not following me on Instagram or Twitter, you can do so at TheStriveToFit. And see you guys in the next video. Bye!